guys? Trevor James here, and I'm finally bringing you guys another recent pickups video. I know it's been almost a year since my last one, but honestly, life has been hella busy. Just in general, trying to keep this YouTube channel updated has been really difficult, especially the last couple of weeks because I had to have everything basically in the middle of my room because we had a bunch of inspections going on at the house. But everything's back to normal, and anyway, I kind of wanted to bring you guys a new pickups video. So to start with, if you guys haven't seen these videos before, basically I go over the games that I picked up, I go over whatever else I picked up that usually goes alongside the games, and I also go over the music that I picked up, all the recent albums that I managed to get within the last couple of months. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this. The first thing that I have, and the major thing, is I actually bought a PS4. My buddy Matt, actually, he has a YouTube channel called Infinite Dragon Pros Vlogs. It's actually a really cool channel. He does some very unique vlogs inside of like Dave & Buster's and arcades and stuff, and kind of just shows off the really cool stuff that he can get with tickets, and also just in general his crazy raw talent with arcade systems, because he's incredibly good at beating some specific games and getting some incredibly high scores on those games. So I think yesterday when we were there, he literally ended up getting he had the daily high score, and then his ultimate high score is also on that same arcade. So, and he got a ton of tickets for some other kid there too, so it was really cool. But yeah, I ended up meeting him there at Dave & Buster's yesterday and picking up my PS4. He sold it to me for a really good price, and yeah, I'm super stoked to now have a PS4. It is the 1TB one too, so I won't really have to worry about memory issues and stuff like that. And on top of that, the day before that, I actually picked up Gundam Versus on the PS4. I've been waiting for this game for a long time, and it's just funny how the first game to actually get me into the PS4 is Gundam Versus, because for those of you that don't watch my channel, you know I'm a huge Gundam fanatic. I build the model kits, I watch all the anime, all that kind of stuff like that, and the video games, the Gundam Versus series specifically, has been one of my favorite fighting games ever. So I'm super excited to have this. I played about an hour of it last night, and I gotta say, the combat is super fluid. The actual game looks amazing in HD, and yeah, you can do stuff literally, I was playing as Gundam Barbados, but you can do stuff basically do a a dash cancel. For you, those of you that don't know, there's a move called a rainbow dash, where you can basically dash sideways, and then you can cancel out of that dash, and then you can basically hit your opponent a couple of times. I actually dash canceled. I actually used his flip up, and then shot someone in midair, and then basically canceled the flip, landed down on them, hit them a couple times, then bounced them up into a pop-up, and just actually ended up killing them with one huge combo. So it just felt super smooth, super fluid, and this game is amazing. So if you guys have not checked out this game and you like Gundams, seriously check it out. It's amazing. Next up, another recent pickup I got is actually for the Wii U. This is the second Wii U game I now own, or third Wii U game I now own. I just honestly haven't played my Wii U that much. Mario Kart, I played a ton of that, and then I tried to play Lego Dimensions on the Wii U, but it plays like crap. So, but I heard this game's really good. It originally came out on the Wii U, and it even is a Nintendo Select. So it's apparently a really good game. It's one of the only Lego games I have not completed yet. So I definitely plan on getting to it probably after I finish Lego Marvel Avengers. But yeah, this is a really cool game. So yeah, I'm happy to now have that, and I'm excited to play it. Next up, I also have the PC game, Blur. This game came out quite a couple years ago on the Xbox 360 and PC. It was the only way that you could get it, and oh, I think it was also PS3, but I wanted it on PC, and it is not on Steam anymore. You cannot find it, so I had to physically order it, and this game is not cheap. I ended up finding it for a really good deal, but normally this game sells for $50 to $60 for a PC game that came out years ago. So, but if you guys have not played it, it's basically an adult version of Mario Kart. That's the only way I can explain it. It's a very arcade racer, but you actually have weapons and abilities and stuff, and it's super fun. Graphics are actually really good, and it's very realistic for the cars and stuff. So imagine a realistic racing game, but with the style of Mario Kart. That's basically Blur. Super fun game, and I'm super happy to now have it. Next up, I have 3 pickups for PS3. I recently purchased the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series on the PC. I have the newest one, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, and then I also have I think 3? Yeah, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, so, and that's the full version of 3. So, they don't have the rest of them on PC. Actually, I think they now do, so it's funny, because I picked these up probably about 4 months ago or so, and they just released like the first and second one on PC, so I'm like, well, whatever. I got them on PS3, so that is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, and then Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, which is like a mix between 1 and 2. But yeah, these games are dope. They're very, very good fighting games. They have a lot of character to them. The playing style is pretty sweet. You use a lot of things to go into your special moves, and it's just very, very fun. So if you guys haven't checked these out and you're interested in anime and Naruto, you should check them out because they're dope. Last series of pickups that I got actually is of the Legacy of Kain series. That was a series I was playing way back, and I never got to finish it. I still need to finish it. I think the last one I left off on was Blood Omen 2, because I was playing them in order, so there's like 2 more games that I need to play. But I was playing them on PC, and the PC, because the game was released so long ago, the PC port does not have controller support, and I feel the game does not play very well with a mouse and keyboard. And I tried using a couple other programs to get my Xbox 360 controller working on the PC, but because these games came out so long ago, it actually does not sync up with the controller whatsoever, even if you use the special program. So I ended up picking them up on PS2. They're pretty cheap anyway. So yeah, that is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2, Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2, and Legacy of Kain Defiance, which is the final one. This series is amazing. It kind of is a very, very loose take on like the Bible's Cain and Abel series, except if Cain and Abel were like vampires and soul reavers. But it's super legit, got some really, really cool gameplay, and the story is incredible. It's like a very, very strong story of revenge and stuff, but it's a very, very good game, very good series, and I'm happy to now have them on PS2 so I can play them on my PS3 that has the PS2 backwards compatibility. But yeah, those are the PS2 games that I got as well. That's pretty much it for game pickups that I have. However, I have a ton of album pickups, and for those of you that don't really like music, you can click off this now, or if you don't like metal, you can click off this now. But I like to devote a little bit of time to explaining like the albums that I pick up and stuff like that. And now that I've actually joined into this local band called Reach for Neptune, they're a local pop punk band, and I'm now the singer for them. We've been playing a lot of shows recently, and I kind of wanted to help support the other artists that we were playing with, so I like to pick up their physical albums and stuff like that. So the first like 5 or 6 albums that I have here are actually all of local artists and stuff like that. So if you like what I'm explaining about them, you should check them out. They have like Facebooks and Twitter and all that kind of stuff like that. But the first album is actually an EP, and this one is really cool because this one is actually a local artist that I'm very close to, because it actually is my brother's wife, Tatiana, and she actually released a EP that she calls For the Broken. It's a very, very strong EP, some very, very good songs. It's a Christian EP, so it's got some very strong messages about God and stuff, and it's just very beautiful. She has an amazing voice, and the singer that she was singing with, the guy, he also has a very, very good voice, so they work really well with each other in tandem, and this EP is just incredible. So very, very good EP. Next up, I have Cabra. This is just a self-titled EP. This band I actually saw at a house show where one of my friends' bands, One Vote for Violence, and another one of my friends' bands, Brace for Mavericks, were playing at this house show. And this band was really, really heavy. They got a really, really good screamer, and they were pretty legit. And I ended up talking to them afterwards. I forgot to bring any wallet with me or anything like that. And I was saying, do you guys have like a PayPal or anything that I could send you guys? And he's like, dude, you could just take the EP for free. So he handed me the EP. I checked this out, and it's really dope. Super, super cool band. So Cabra is their name. Next up, my band actually played with this band like probably a couple months ago. This band's called Till I Fall. They're another local band, pop punk band, super, super good, really, really talented musicians, and it was super cool to play with them. We actually opened up for them at a show in San Francisco, and they're legit. So Till I Fall, this is also their self-titled EP, super, super good. And they've got a couple songs on YouTube that are pretty awesome, like some music videos. The next band that I have, this band's called Amsterdam. We played a show with them. They were the headliner for a show that we played about a month ago in Hollister, and these guys are so legit. They have a girl singer. The singer is incredible. Their musicianship is very, very good. They actually ended up doing some really sick covers too, but just in general, their musicianship is amazing. They've been a band for like 8 years, and they're incredible. She has a very like Paramore style voice, very, very incredible. But yeah, Amsterdam. You guys should check them out. Next up, I have Dry Jacket for Posterity. This was the headlining band that we played with like a couple weeks ago at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz. This band is so legit. I don't even know how to exactly explain the type of music that they play. Think like slower pop punk, but with so much instrumentality. Their music is incredible, and their musicianship is amazing. The singer has an incredible voice. The music is very, very good. I don't even know what kind of genre they're kind of into. I'd say like maybe like blues pop punk, if that's even a thing, but they are so good, and this album is so legit. I've been playing this album a lot in my car. It's great to just like drive with, because it's like slower music, but it's got some really, really great tunes. So yeah, Dry Jacket, Posterity. This album's so legit. And then the other band that we played with at that same show was called Sundress. They were the other headlining band. This band is so legit too. They're very pop punk as well. The two singers, the way that they vibe off each other and the way that their voices work so well with each other is very, very cool. They have a very, very good style to them. And apart, there's definitely a little bit of their music that definitely gives me a Bowling for Soup vibe, but that's a great thing because I love that band. But just in general, this band is incredible, and I really, really dig this album. So this album's called A Little Less Put Together, and that's one of the songs that they played at the show, and super, super good band. And then the last band that we've played with these guys a couple times. They're super awesome. We're definitely like friends with them, but this band's called Neverland. And the album is called Stuck in the Moment. It's one of their older albums, but this band is super good. They're a girl pop punk band. They have a couple guys in the band too, but they're a girl pop punk band, and they have some amazing music too. Very, very awesome tunes that you can just kind of like jump up to. And at one point they have like a very two-step part of their song, so my band was kind of like moshing a little bit with that, but it was super, super cool. And we've played with these guys a couple times. They're definitely bros, so super, super cool. Really, really dig this band. You should check them out. The last like band that I have that's obviously not well known is actually a worship band, and they're called Iron Bell Music. They played at my church beginning of the summer, so this was a while back when I picked this up. But their singers in this band are amazing, and the music that they write, they tell so much amazing stories, and it's incredible to just kind of hear the kind of stuff that comes out of them. But just they play with so much passion, and I really, really dig them. I actually ended up doing a cover of one of their songs, or not even a cover. I ended up playing it for my college group at my church, and I think it went over really, really well. And they write some great, great music. So Iron Bell Music. This album's called The God That Saves, and it's a very, very powerful album. That's it for the underground bands, and I have a lot of big stuff. So I'll start with this. I have the new Woven War album, Honor is Dead. Woven War is the band that came out of As I Lay Dying after Tim Lambesis got put in jail. This album is incredible. They kind of, like, in the last album, they definitely had a very As I Lay Dying feel to them, but now they've kind of broken off into their own thing, and with this album, they really show that off. They actually added a lot of screams in it, which I'm super happy for, because with the last album, they only had a couple screams, and they were definitely great, but with this album, they've broken off into their own, and I really feel like this is a very strong album from them. But yeah, Woven War, Honor is Dead. You guys should check this out. Next up, I have Last 10 Seconds to Life, Violent Sound. This album's super dope too. This is another band that I've been a fan of for a while, and even their vocalist originally came from Suffocate. He was like subbing for Suffocate for a while, and me and my buddy actually saw them at the show, and super incredible vocalist. But Last 10 Seconds to Life, Violent Sound, this album is heavy as hell. Super good album. Very, very strong. I play this album a lot in my car. Super awesome. This is really cool. I actually ended up picking this up. This is an old album, but this is the original version of Avenged Sevenfold, Waking the Fallen. I picked this up at Best Buy with my buddy for like $5. It is the original copy. It's even got like the original cover for it and stuff. It's not in that great condition. It was definitely like wrapped up in plastic in a pretty bad way, but super cool. I love this album, and it's super cool to have the original one, not the re-release. So Avenged Sevenfold Week in the Fall, and I'm so happy to have this. I don't even know how much that's even worth now, but super awesome. Next up, I have, actually, you know what, we'll go with the same thing. I was at Best Buy again looking through their bins with my buddy, and I actually ended up picking up American Idiot by Green Day. This is the first album that I heard from them back in middle school, and I've never actually owned this album. I'm not a super big Green Day fan, but I do enjoy everything off of this album and everything off of Dookie before it. That was the type of music that I really dug from them. I wasn't super big fan of like their newer stuff, but I really still dig this band, and I play this album all the time, but I'm happy to have a physical release of it. And then the last two albums, I picked up Motionless in White, Graveyard Shift. I love this album. Motionless in White is one of my favorite bands, and this album is super heavy. They have a song on this album called Soft, which is ironic because it's the heaviest song off this album. Super, super good album. I feel like their sound, they're always evolving their sound, and it's always sounded incredible. So Motionless in White, Graveyard Shift. This came out earlier this year, but I've been blasting the crap out of this album. And the last album, the last album that I have is actually Memphis Mayfire, This Light I Hold. This is a very Christian album, and I say that because Memphis Mayfire used to be a lot more quiet with their faith, but now you can definitely tell on this album what they're talking about. I mean, This Light I Hold in general is basically talking about how, you know, we hold the light of the world. Basically, you have the whole, like, this little light of mine, all those old nursery rhymes for kids in church, and this album is very, very good. It's somewhat slower than some of their other stuff, and it does sound a little bit repetitive compared to their last couple of albums, but in terms of the instrumentality and in terms of what they're talking about in this album, I really, really do like the vibe that they have here, and I really, really do like the message that they're spreading. So yeah, this album's pretty good. Memphis Mayfire, This Light I Hold. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all of my recent pickups. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know. I know it takes a while for me to get these kind of videos out because I don't exactly, you know, buy a lot of things, but I do enjoy this type of thing. It's always fun, and I enjoy watching other people's recent pickup videos and stuff like that too. But if you guys like this, I'll continue this series, but just let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!